sort of Smart Music tutorial 3.5. I know I did tutorials about how to get your classroom set up, how to access the library, how to assign things, and then I did like a closing video about admin, which I titled Step 4, but there is a sort of 3.5 in the middle, and that's actually going to be uploading your own assignments. So I'm going to show real quick like a band warm-up and how I added that and made it something that my students could access. So the first thing we're going to want to do is come up to our little waffle up in the corner, and we're going to go to Compose. And that brings up a really simple sort of creation tool. We can choose Quick Creation, Create from Template, or Import Music XML, which is actually the option that I'm going to pick, is Import XML. So I've already written things out in Sibelius, and if you write it out in any program that is your liking, that's fine. Just if you import it as Music XML, you can just search for that title and automatically upload it. So I'm just calling this our band B-flat Basics. Now if you were to do Quick Creation or Create from a Template, right, Create from a Template is going to give you score, order, you type in your own stuff. Otherwise you can do the Quick Creation, which is like maybe you want a flute only exercise, or you want it to go woodwinds only. You can click flute and then double it down and stuff like that, but I already spent the time to punch this into Sibelius. As you upload, it's going to ask you for a check-in and make sure that each instrument it reads is the actual instrument you're looking for. So the first one should be a flute, minus line oboe, clarinet 1, clarinet 2, alto, tenor, and so that it can assign. Notice my bari sax range right now is a little bit of a disaster. I'll show you how to fix that. Trumpet, trumpet 2, horn, bass, clef, trombone, tuba. Here we go. I'm going to keep moving through this. So these are all the instruments that are featured kind of on our B-flat Basics. So there they go. Like I pointed out, our hit for some reason thinks that my bari sax reads bass clef and understands these ledger lines, which is a no. But the good thing is we can actually just click. So if we see a part error, you can actually click that part. So I'm going to go ahead and click that bass clef. And it gives me the option to edit the clef if I push it into treble. And then I hit apply. There we go. Now it's at an acceptable place for our bari saxes to read. And I think on my screen the lines might be a little faded, but you can come up here. You can push play. You also have the option, I think, for like a MIDI keyboard if you're typing things in. And you can listen to it and hear it. If you were making something from scratch, you actually have a little tool bar at the top where you can insert notes, dynamics, lines, text, etc. Kind of the way that MuseScore works a little bit, where it's very simplified. If you're making like a quick example for your students, if you were doing a longer score that you needed to input, I'd recommend doing it in detail in another program that's more extensive. But for Smart Music, if you wanted to make like examples or scales or something like that, it would actually be pretty easy to draft one up really quick using the tools that Smart Music gives you in a score. And then also if you wrote something and you found errors, you could go in and fix it, right? Using those tools. I've actually uploaded this one before, so I know that it is pretty okay. So now that I fixed that page, let me do my scroll view so I can see it. So I can actually check my whole example if I want to. Why this measure 2 looks wild? What happened to you? Yeah. So I'll end up fixing that in a second. But once we've already like checked our score, I can actually check it by part as well. So let me go into this bari sax part just because it looks finicky. Okay. This is what the student is going to see, and that's going to be okay. I guess I'll figure it out. We can come up to File, and let me go back to my full score. Okay, we can go up to File, and we have some options of print or create a new one, save to Smart Music, which is what we're going to choose, download as an XML. So if you wrote an example out and you wanted to download it as an XML, you could. You could also download it as a PDF if you wanted to send a paper copy home to students, or you can copy it, or you can choose to just go straight to assigning. If you upload into Smart Music, it's going to pop up under your My Content, and then it's something that you could like generate smaller assignments from, which is kind of what I did. So I would hit Save to Smart Music Account, and then it has the title for it, and then you would hit Save. There we go. I'll just do that, and it's going to probably tell me I already have this because I put it in before, so I know it works. Okay. Then you can choose this Continue Using Compose or go to Manage My Content. So that's where I'm going to go, is Manage My Content. And you can actually see, so now I put it in there twice, but I'm actually going to come back. So now it comes up as a part you put in. I've also practiced this with like a choir piece, and stuff, and it's just a song that you can choose to assign. So if I come up to assign, it's the same as it would be for any other song that you chose in Smart Music. Everything has to be a custom assignment, but then you could go in and set it up custom and all of that kind of stuff. So the stuff that I featured in video 3, where I talk about how to make assignments, now anything you uploaded, you can apply that same fundamental knowledge to, which can be really helpful, especially if you have particular things you want to push out certain sections, or a piece that you want to do with band that is not yet in Smart Music. You can upload something, or if you have a composition of your own that you want the band to do, you can go ahead and upload that. And so hopefully that is easy to follow and helps you sort of get some of your own content onto Smart Music.